Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Krenzler Field on the campus of Cleveland State University in beautiful Cleveland, Ohio for tonight's USLW home opener between the visiting Steel City FC and your Cleveland Four. Folks, tonight's officiating crew is the four men, Vitaly Fidomenchuk, Aaron Fong, Roy Miller, and Taylor Smothers. Now let's meet the starting 11 first to the visiting Steel City FC. In goal, number 1, Ruby Morgan. Midfielder number 4, Lauren Draco. Forward number 7, Abby Stager. Defender number 9, Captain Emily Draco. Forward number 11, Sydney Chontos. Forward number 14, Marissa Salisbury. Defender number 15, Kelsey Salopek. Defender number 17, Reagan Riley. Midfielder number 24, Sam Miller. Midfielder number 32, Jaden Sharpless. And defender number 34, Coco Dorsman. Steel City's head coach is Tom Lavenden, assisted by James Fank, Jordan Scott, and Dave Arnold. And now the starting 11 for your Cleveland Fours. Number 0, goalkeeper Abby Kudla. Defender number 3, Meredith Werner. Forward number 5, Ty Howell Golden. Number 10, forward Bella Antonio. Midfielder number 14, Sophia Sindelar. Defender number 16, Mackenzie Russell. Defender number 17, Julia Rocky. Forward number 18, Chloe Hughes. Midfielder number 19, Lauren Mahoney. Defender number 20, Alyssa Gimmel. And midfielder number 21, Bryn Severance. Your Cleveland Force team's head coaches Riley Ireland, assisted by Tara Bowen and Abby Richter. And now, folks, we please ask that you stand and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
From Krenzler Field, downtown Cleveland, on the campus of Cleveland State University, we are live. It's been a long time coming, 2 matches in the books, but finally, it is the home opener for this USLW team, and we are so excited to bring you the action, courtesy of LPV Productions here on Sports Engine Play. Gianluca Di Giacomo joined alongside Anthony Tran. Year 4, Anthony, of calling games for this women's team. Another season of excitement, trading 3-1 results in the win and loss column. Now they return to Cleveland with a chip on their shoulder against Steel City.
Yeah, absolutely. A nice streak of sunny weather here in Cleveland. Not always we get that, but it's a great match that we have today. Great home opener for the women's team.
And hopefully we'll get a full 90 minutes here in Cleveland between these two teams. As last season, if anyone was following, bit of an awkward spout at halftime, a nice little 30-minute delay, coming back out for 5 minutes, and then an absolute monsoon hitting us, hitting the press box, hitting the players, and it was called off around 10 p.m. At the end of the night. So it was a rough 0-0 draw in the books. Of course, Steel City did take home the 3 points at home for the team last season, courtesy of a 40-yard long shot free kick from today's starting right center back for Steel City FC and Coco Dorfman. And again, both teams coming into this one with a win and a loss apiece. Cleveland Force coming in with a 3-1 loss to Flower City, not returning into the win column with a 3-1 win over Erie SC after getting a couple key players returning to the starting 11. Steel City picking up a win in their season opener over FC Buffalo and then dropping a match 2-0 to the Pittsburgh Riveters before coming into today. So both teams hungry for 3 points, as it is a very youthful USLW season here in the division. Like we said, should be a solid match. This Cleveland Force team still loads and loads of extremely young, extremely solid talent throughout. But it is looking just slightly different through and through. The couple of the really promising youngsters we were hoping to see this season not returning. Hannah Patchen, unfortunately, picking up a rough injury over the fall. Hoping the best for her to return. Reagan Pence not being with the team again. Emmy Butera moving to the Pittsburgh Riveters. So talking to brand new coach Riley Ireland, there were some shoes to fill in the lineup, but lots of great young talent on this team, along with some returning veterans to round out a pretty mixed squad of familiar faces and new faces as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of been the Cleveland Force spirit here. They've always been great at developing players, and it's the same story for the women's team. You see these past couple years, they've brought in that so much young talent and really developed them, really allowed them to flourish. So it's definitely going to be a great story here to watch for today.
Yeah, both teams lining up in 4-3-3s with the whistle. We will get those starting 11s to you. Center official Taylor Smothers, Aaron Fogg, and Roy Miller as the assistant refs. Vitaly Firmenchuk as the fourth official today. As we are underway, women's soccer returning to downtown Cleveland. It's the Force and it's Steel City here on Sports Engine Play. Quick giveaway, but return back to possession for the Cleveland Forces. Riley Ireland's first match at the helm here downtown, lining up in a 4-3-3. As Meredith Werner tries a long ball, takes a little deflection to Bella Antonio to Kai Golden on the one touch, and it's over the bar. But a good start here for the Force. As Abby Kudla gets the nod in goal, Mackenzie Russell and Julia Rocky as the center backs, Alyssa Gimmel and Meredith Werner as the fullbacks. Expect to see them pushing up a good bit throughout the course of the match. An experienced midfield three, Bryn Severance holding things down as the pivot, with Sophie Sindelar having 3 goals in the first 2 matches. And a turn straight in. Big chance here for the Force. Save from Ruby Morgan, not even giving us the breathing room to give you the full starting 11s. Werner with the interception, tries to send in a cross, takes a deflection, and Dorfman will play the no-nonsense route and boot it away, but it is kept alive, but they opt to let it go out of bounds. But Sophie Sindelar, Lauren Mahoney, and Bryn Severance in the middle. And before we get interrupted again, Chloe Hughes, Kai Golden on the wings, 2 young talents to accompany a player returning to her 3rd year for this USLW team, Bella Antonio, rounding out the front 3. And here she comes, just finishing up her junior year at the College of Charleston, Lauren Mahoney.
Yeah, just out of that earlier chance. Mahoney just so reactive in that midfield, gets the interception, gets a great carry into the box, and it's a great save by Morgan in the opening minute.
A quick takeaway here for Steel City. And they'll look to take it the other way. Tomo Avendin taking the reins as head coach for today's match. As Ruby Morgan, already seeing her in action a couple of times, starts in goal. Emily Greca, the captain. Jones Corco Dorfman is Kai Golden getting stuck in with that challenge on the left back, Kelsey Salapak, who's joined by the Bowling Green State right back in Reagan Riley. Midfield 3 with Jaden Sharpless, as well as Samantha Miller and Lauren Greca. So the only one we're missing is Nick, of course, playing on the men's team, the captain of that team, with Sydney Chontos and Marissa Salisbury on the wings to accompany Abby Stager as the sole striker today.
Steel City here has done a great job just to calm the game down. You know, it's not easy conceding 2 early chances, but they are looking very composed here just to sway the momentum and energy of the game back towards their favor.
All sets up, quick turn. And it's played back to Lauren Greca in the center of the park. Lauren Greca verbally committing to Mercyhurst not too long ago. Of course, coming from DuBois, Pennsylvania, along with her sister Emily. Already picking up the captain's band this year and last season. There's a bit of a missed-time challenge from Bryn Severance, and that will reap a nice-looking free kick for Steel City here in the opening minutes. But first 3.5 here, Anthony, both teams seemingly just kind of shot out of a cannon early on.
Yeah, you definitely like the energy coming from both teams here. Definitely not going to be a snooze fest today. It's both teams really wanting to get off to a good start here.
Yeah, we saw some really, really exciting matches from this women's team last season here at Krenzler Field. As a shot straight off the wall, falls in the box, couple swings and misses. Shot in the near post, off the post and in. And Steel City strike first. And the Force just a little flat-footed to combat that set piece. And Sydney Chontos makes them pay. 1-0, 5 minutes in here at Krenzler Field.
Yeah, Force did just caught napping in the back. It's a shot straight at the wall, but it's a fortunate deflection into the path. It's a couple shots and bobbles. First shot going off the post, and Chontos with great instincts there to follow up, and pretty easy finish in the end.
Yeah, and that one just, again, it all just kind of stems from the lack of readiness there from the Force to try and combat that free kick a little bit. It was a bit of a rough one, to say the least. Of course, it was a good first shot at that near post, going off the post and deflecting just oh so perfectly to Sydney Chontos in the end. But yeah, just 4 minutes into the contest, Steel City does have the advantage, and the Force are looking to quickly turn things around. He's cutting inside, brought down. Over the head and won by Samantha Miller. Force keeping that high pace, that quick energy. As Hughes takes it down the flank, sends in the cross, it's cleared away. And tapped out of play for a Cleveland Force throw. Here's from the center back. It is straight back with the Force, but bit of a husky touch, as it is just cleared away by Emily Greca. And another throw, this time going in Steel City's favor.
Oh, good turn there.
Good turn, and now pretty blatant grab of the jersey, but it's going in Cleveland Force's favor. You see just a look of disbelief on Abby Stager's face. That's a bit of a tough one, although there certainly was a little bit of grabbing a jersey from the Stager there, but just the timing of it, that one coming a little late, so.
Yeah, I think Rocky there honestly thought she had fouled it, took the intentional foul, but a little bit lucky for the Force to be called the other way.
Kai Golden tries to send it centrally, and it is out for a corner kick. And Bella Antonio will be called to action in the corner. Like we said, she has been one of the bright spots, one of the shining stars of, for the last 3 years, a very clearly talented Cleveland Force squad. Of course, didn't play too much in the first season this team was around, more so playing with the academy squad, but making a big impact ever since she's played. Very ball dominant, very good with the ball at her feet. Great presence of mind as she whips one in at the back post. Nobody able to flag it down. Clearance is only as far as Sophie Sindelar, though.
Run here.
Sindelar cutting still on it, and it's just tapped away from her. Alyssa Gimmel will swing it back out wide. It looks like they have flipped Alyssa Gimmel moving to the center, while Julia Rocky moves more to her base position in right back here. So they might potentially be taking a less aggressive approach for the fullbacks to push up. There's a throw brought down by Bella Antonio. Nice give and go on that one, just out of reach for Antonio.
And on Steel City side, it's definitely going to be interesting to watch, what type of philosophy they adapt here. Anytime a team gets an early goal, you do see a variance in what kind of perspective they take, whether to sit back or to push for that second goal. Pressure coming here for the Force, though.
And Antonio sends in the cross. It's over. It hits the top of the crossbar, and it is kept in bounds. Kai Golden. That's out of play for a Force throw, so they will maintain that pressure. Throwing it in short, Mahoney muscled off. Great work from Steel City to try and get some passes going in tight spaces, but that clearance, not exactly ideal. Steel City does win it back, but it is a solid tackle there from Meredith Werner, although unfortunately getting in the way of the attempted clearance from Julia Rocky. Tapped up, and Mackenzie Russell just clears it away. Antonio, heavy touch, but collects it nicely. Sindelar plays it back to Russell. See Steel City settling in as the Force just try and move things around to get something going here. Nice flick back by Bell Antonio, but Sindelar is just out of reach.
Force allowing Steel City here to take their time with the full center backs having the ball. Press not really going that high.
Yeah, Dorfman lacing one right back with Cleveland. Severance. Bell Antonio tries to split the defenders, but not a whole lot of danger for Emily Greca. Steel City making another adjustment. Looks like they might have potentially shifted their formation from what we saw on the team sheet before the game. It's a lovely flick over top by Miller. Here comes Abby Stager.
Good run here. Great ball.
Yeah, it's a great ball through. Chontos has a brace. And it's 2-0 to Steel City. And that one starting from the midfield, a couple direct passes and little to no resistance from the Force. And 13 minutes into the match, it is a 2-0 game.
Yeah, just not the best defending right there. I believe it was Salisbury who flicked it onto Stager. Initially, it was a great flick on into space. Stager with plenty of dudes still.
Scored by number 11, Sydney Chontos.
Carries the ball down to the Force box and really not finding any resistance. Able to cut inside and finding a great, brilliant pass to Chontos in. It's a great connection there, and Chontos with another easy finish to double their lead.
Yeah, right in front of goal. Two easy ones to kick things off, and Cleveland Force struggling to find their footing now. Chloe Hughes takes a big touch out of play. Play back and over to Kelsey Salapak. Ooh, great turn from Riley. Just to get some space away, and now it's back with the captain, Emily Greca. Julia Rocky pushing forward. Mahoney turns. Plays a low ball through on the right-hand flank to Alyssa Gimmel. Now Sophie Sindelar pushing wide. Moving forward as she plays it back with Gimmel. Tries to beat Dorfman, and it's out for a goal kick as that attempted across hits the side netting.
Steel City defending so well. They're just congesting that box whenever there's any sort of attack. It's not easy for the Force, but they do have to improve here if they want to have a chance to turn this game around. Ooh, good turn there out of pressure.
Great stuff from Salopek. Already showing just some glimpses of quality the couple times she's gotten touches on the ball here on the near side. It was initially put as left back on this team and now on the right side of the field here for Steel City. Emily Greca kind of pushing out into a fullback position on the far side. Good trek forward from Severance. Ball sent through. Werner getting to the ball at about the same time as Kelsey Salopek as it's cleared out for a throw. Antonio just muscled off of that one. Steel City move it to the near side.
Good tackle there.
Good win by Sindelar, but passes right back with Coco Dorfman. Good press from the force, but another throw here for Steel City. Hughes tries to tap it forward to Hal Golden. Great work from Salopek, finding Sharpless in some open space. Beats Severance, plays it through. Might be a foot race. Kudla, fortunately, off of her line, so able to run up on that one and scoop it up.
Yeah, that was great stuff from Miller, just getting able to create some space in the midfield. And even from a right back position, Salopek just so busy in these early minutes. It's great to watch here. She's been great in the duels, doing a lot of work defensively as well.
She was on the ball again, sending it back to Dorfman. It is cleared straight to Bryn Severance. Desperately trying to track it down. Well done. Now Sindelar's got some room on the right-hand side. Tries a shot from distance. Just keeping Ruby Morgan on her toes, but trying to catch Steel City off guard. And again, a lot of their opportunities have come more from a build-up style, so why not have a rip from distance?
Yeah, that's great work from Sindelar, though, just not giving up on the play, able to really muscle her way all the way through, opening up the shot. You gotta say, Force haven't really done the best here to test Steel City after those 2 goals.
Yeah, they are progressing fairly well, but I think those 2 goals really just came down to just 2 quick lapses in judgment. I mean, just a little bit too much of a gap in the back and some miscommunications off the set piece. Like, overall, their structure, their formation doesn't seem to have too many gaping holes in it, but in the brief moments that it did, Steel City made them pay. Gimmel plays Sindelar. Looks like they've also flipped Kai Hal Golden and Chloe Hughes, so Hughes will be on the left now. Hal Golden moving to the right. As you see Sophie Sindelar drifting out wide, so, Hal Golden probably works a little bit better as the inside forward out of the 2 wingers. So she can get some more chances kind of pushing inside, cutting inside, getting more direct shots on goal. Ball's headed away. Bit of an awkward touch from Lauren Greco. Warner laces one straight into Sharpless. Salopek. Backed up against the sideline. Does earn a throw for Steel City.
It's always awkward getting a throw in these situations, you know, so much pressure. And as you see, the Force win the ball here in a nice position.
Hughes places one towards the top of the box. Nobody there to receive it, though. Switching the field, and it's one back here. Now, Sindelar on the wing, taps it up and over Greca. Maybe a grab of the jersey. Official says play on. Sindelar pushing through, lays it off. Antonio almost able to get it there. But again, you see the passes connecting. Everyone's kind of in the right position. You know, they're just missing those, you know, penultimate last steps to try and get a shot off on goal.
Yeah, that one just slightly out of the reach of Antonio. But it was great work from Sindelar again. Getting the flick on and not giving up on the play, getting the ball right through for an opportunity as here comes Steel City.
Good ball through. Stager tries to send one forward for Sam Miller. Reagan Riley tries to play, but into a host of Force players. Steel City looking to maintain the pressure, and Alyssa Gimmel hammering one all the way out. I believe that one's gone over the fence. Our first ball of the night now in possession of the city of Cleveland. Golden. Bel Antonio just missing it. As the Force look to maintain some kind of pressure. Riley. Salopek plays Dorfman. Finding Emily Greca on the far side. Steel City staying patient in their build-ups here. Played over the top. Salisbury can't keep it alive. Quick throw. Back into play now. Sindelar. Listen through. Out of play. Steel City throw. 23 minutes elapsing here at Krenzler Field. Two early goals courtesy of Sydney Chontos, giving Steel City the confident spot in the driver's seat so far. Salopek not able to keep that one alive. Right at the midfield line, Meredith Warner will restart things for the home side.
And if you're Steel City here, it's kind of a dream situation. You're 2 goals up, and Force haven't been really testing you that much. Steel City are well and happy just to sit back and defend this 2-goal lead. But opportunity here maybe brewing for the Force.
Quick ball through, and Kai Howell with a big collision in the box with Reagan Riley. Out for a Steel City throw. Now the Force have a good chance to try and trap Steel City, bring that press to fruition. Tackle from Hal Golden. Limping just a little bit. Still feeling the effects of that collision in the box, but the Force might have a good look here. Hughes brings it down. Ooh, good chance on the left. Great cut. Sindelar's shot is blocked. Werner can't win the duel on the touchline, but the Force still get the corner for their efforts.
Sindelar definitely been the highlight player of the Force today. Just that run inside, keeping it alive with the little bobbles, opening up the shot, and just unlucky in the end to get it blocked.
I mean, we knew of her quality. She was a two-time All-American in high school, one of the best women's players that Rocky River High School has ever seen, and was one of the best players for this team last year before even stepping on a college-level pitch. Finishing her first season at the University of Florida. And again, scoring 3 goals throughout those first 2 games. Scored the sole goal in that 3-1 loss to Flower City and knocked in a brace against Erie SC in that 3-1 win. Those played up, Salopek. Not able to keep the triangle going. Now Jaden Sharpless in the center of the park. Back with Emily Greca. The touch, Sindelar brings it down. Sindelar linking up beautifully with Bella Antonio. Might be trying to get some space for a shot, moving left. Werner sends it across. Bella Antonio gets great placement on it, but not the best power as it trickles back with Ruby Morgan. But another phenomenal build-up there from Cleveland.
Yeah, that time Sindelar just starting it with the link-up play with Bella Antonio, working it around to Werner. And Werner does get a great cross in, but Bella Antonio unlucky not to get the right contact, heads it into the ground first as it goes safely to Morgan, but a lot better here for the Force.
One ball played up and it is out of play for a throw. Force don't want to waste any time getting this one back in with Lauren Mahoney. We're playing Sindelar, Mackenzie Russell. Kai Howe Golden at the corner flag. Tries to keep it alive, but is eventually forced out of play by Steel City, keeping 2 players pinning her almost up against the corner flag as it rolls out for a goal kick. But you saw a red-hot start from the Force, Anthony, but that has certainly dwindled away after those first 2 goals. And now even just the momentum throughout the game, you don't see those fast build-ups, those fast spells forward as much as you did in the first 15 to 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's the nature of the sport. Goals change games, just the feel of the game. Steel City has definitely taken a lot of wind out of the game, just sitting on that 2-goal lead. Force not really been able to get those opening chances as they would have liked to try to get back into this game.
It's up and over. Bella Antonio keeps it alive. Lauren Greca cutting out that pass intended for Sindelar. Trying to lace it through. Mahoney gets it back. Bella Antonio being held by Salopek. Earns the foul, restarts things quickly. Tries to find Sindelar. There was a gaping hole on the left-hand side of that back 4 for Steel City for just a moment. Mackenzie Russell. Gimmel's ball finds Kai Howe Golden. Lovely touchdown. Could be a big chance. That ball underplayed, but still does get to Sindelar. Could be a big chance for the Force. Sindelar twisting and turning. Werner's ball squared across. Antonio with the left. Just enough interference on that ball. Bell Antonio, the odds were already stacked against her, kind of off balance with the weak foot. Did the best she could with that, but again, just great stuff from Steel City just to keep the star striker at bay.
Yeah, honestly impressive for her just to get the shot off. You know, it comes to her back foot, and she's already surrounded by 2 defenders. It's not really easy getting a shot off there. And she's able to triple pass, and unlucky in the end not to get the pass off. Oh, it's a nice looking situation. Oh, stopped immediately though.
Good stuff from Lauren Mahoney as Steel City did have some numbers, some field position for a potential counter.
You really see Steel City just dropping back here. You know, that midfield and defensive line are just so tight. There's really barely any gaps in between them.
Yeah, certainly settling into that low block. Hopefully we don't see another 60 minutes of that, but certainly don't want to accuse anyone of pulling those tactics here in USLW, but you never know.
Yeah, it's one thing, it does get you results, as we see this Premier League season.
Arsenal almost winning the double. A big thank you to Paris Saint-Germain for saving us all from 6 to 8 months of noise pollution, but great cutout in the center of the park. Werner just getting a little ahead of herself, losing possession. Steel City just keeping that pressure applied. The Force finally get out of it as it's with the center back Mackenzie Russell lofting a long ball over the top. Chloe Hughes. Rocky's ball into the box. Nobody home.
It might have just been not on the same page there with House Golden. Probably anticipating a run through that half space. And it falls barely to the goalkeeper there.
Steel City building from the back. Long ball finds Stager. Tries to play it through. Almost had Samantha Miller in some open space. Force trying to get an attack of their own. Bell Antonio's dragged down. Official says play on. Lauren Mahoney playing that ball. Gets the angle for Hughes. Tries to deliver it back into the middle, and it is a corner kick for Cleveland. Solid last-ditch defending from the captain, Emily Greca there.
And Force definitely recognizing the timing of it. You know, when you get those turnovers in the defense, in the attacking half, where Steel City isn't as organized as before, you know, they know to pressure. It's shot from deep, straight at the goalkeeper there. Force just need to try to find those opportunities where they can find those kind of counterattacks and catching Steel City in a disorganized state.
Rocky pulling down Samantha Miller. Yeah, that ball certainly not in a stagnant state. It will be a free kick just at the midfield line for Coco Dorfman. You saw her score a free kick about 30 yards closer to the net from where she's at now. And you see four Steel City players kind of lining up on the far side. Might be trying to loft a long ball into the box. Maybe not. Dorfman has to loft one in, takes a bounce past Mahoney. Emily Greca.
And the Force kind of adopting a kind of unconventional pressing shape.
Oh, and Belantonio swipes it away from Dorfman and rips a shot. And not posing a lot of threat to the keeper, but at the same time, certainly didn't have any chance to wait for any reinforcements. Sindelar's on the interception as well. Sindelar beats a pair of defenders, still on the prowl. Sindelar dragged down to the box.
The ref that's not buying it.
A slippery slope. It did look like there was some contact there, but it's one of those that rests in the gray area of too severe to let go in that situation, but not severe enough to give a team a really good chance at a goal from a dead spot.
And you gotta say that's a very courageous call from the official there. Not easy to make when there's a little bit of contact. Player goes down and attack. Very easy to call a penalty there, but nice from the official to stay firm as another attack may be here.
And Werner has it as it heads right over the head of Kelsey Salopek. Cross comes in. Golden lets it go. Mahoney and Severance bring it back.
And the Force just trying to weave this ball around. You gotta move it around the defensive shape first.
Sindelar. Mahoney. Force staying patient. Julia Rocky plays a lovely ball in for Chloe Hughes, who's just not able to keep it in bounds. Coming in with a head of steam against that angle along the touchline. Only so much you can do.
Yeah, did definitely see Force trying to apply different principles here, try to break that low block. Ball is moved around, and Rocky tries to take that brief moment in time when the defensive state is trying to shift over with the long ball over top, and unlucky in the end not to control it. Really does seem like Steel City are more than content holding on to this 2-goal lead.
Yeah, again, you've seen them take their foot off the gas pedal big time in terms of pushing forward, looking for opportunities, but staying very steadfast across the back and in the midfield. Trying to play through to Salopek. Good effort for Meredith Werner there. Stager turns. Plays her through, and Sam Miller is flagged for offsides.
Great stuff there from the Force back line just to push up, causing that offside trap. Ball sent deep.
Morgan plays it up. Salopek turns. Werner applying some great pressure. We do like the ambition from Meredith Werner. She's been pushing up quite far. You see Bryn Severance kind of pick up the flag at the right left back spot if need be. Yeah, you do appreciate the ambition from this Force team. You know, a lot of the times when this team finds themselves down in the past, Anthony, it's because, you know, they look complacent. They look like they're not courageous enough to venture forward. I mean, today is certainly not the case. This is just more of a, you know, a couple slip-ups in the back, a couple people unaccounted for, and 2 goals come in, and just nothing's been able to break this rock-solid Steel City back line.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, definitely can criticize maybe the lack of attention there, but got to also praise the courageousness as Belantonio with the win here. And
set through. Sindelar splits with a pair of defenders, and it goes down. Oh, another one. Just really tough. And, you know, I hate to be the unethical man, but if Sophia Sindelar sold that one a little bit, surely would have pointed to the spot. But Force don't want to score any goals like that. Werner plays Hal Golden. She's offsides.
It's just one of those where it's, you know, those funny situations where if the attacker sort of just dives and flops in the box, you know, it is going to be a penalty.
That will be a penalty 10 times out of 10. But
yeah, but Sindelar kept herself up there, and you know, the referee has no other choice but to not call it a penalty. Definitely some murmurs from the crowd feeling the other way, though.
Oh, and just an unfortunate touch from Chloe Hughes as it's back with Steel City. Reagan Riley.
Great turn
Great
there.
turn, yeah. Salapak tries to send it through. Julia Rocky to intercept.
Yeah, those two have had quite the battle here, Werner and Saddlepack.
Sindelar plays it through. Hughes, Gimmel tries to line up across. It's cleared away. Kenzie Russell, Mahoney. Werner takes it to the touch line, but couldn't bring it in for a proper cross. 42 minutes in, still 2-0. Sydney Chontos turning herself into the surefire candidate for Woman of the Match with 2 goals inside of 12 minutes. Although the Force have looked promising at times, yet to have anything concrete in response.
And that Steel City defensive structure is just so good. You know, they stay in that 4-4-2 or 4-5-1 defensive shape. It's so hard to break that down with so many people crowding the middle of the field. Got to go around the wings, which Force have done, and it's not come to anything as of late, but possibly a chance here.
Here comes Hughes, lines up a shot. Good save from Ruby Morgan. Sindelar. Julia Rocky. Warner plays Bella Antonio. Salopek and Reagan Riley doing well. Rocky's pass. Ill-advised, but Bella Antonio has it on the left. Comes Antonio along the touchline. You certainly see the Steel City team really greatly accounting for Antonio. Seems like she's been double-teamed nearly every time she's touched the ball anywhere near the 18-yard box. And Mackenzie Russell with bringing down the shoulder on Sam Miller for a free kick.
Yeah, the Force definitely should try to take advantage of that. When Bella Antonio moves wide, she's attracting so many defenders over. If you just switch the play and move it to the other side, you can have a lot more space, a lot more grass to deal with.
Chloe Hughes pushing the tempo here for Cleveland Force. All sent up. Severance keeps the pressure on. Meredith Werner linking up with Kai-Hao Golden. Werner sends it in towards the near post, but it was out of play. And it is just a little frustrating to watch because, I mean, you see this team break this defensive shape so well. And it's either the ball is just a couple inches out of bounds or a shot just wide or a last-ditch defensive effort. But, I mean, the effort and the chances are slowly but surely coming for this Cleveland team.
Yeah, the Force are just sticking to the basic principles. You know, you got to play around the press. Once you play around that press, it's just a ball inside just to create some chaos. It's just so unlucky so far not to get a better chance out of it. So we've hit that 45-minute mark in this game.
Now Golden struck down, and the foul is called against Reagan Riley. Can't imagine there'll be a copious amount of stoppage time here at Krenzler Field. And at Cleveland State, this broadcast is always brought to you by LPV Productions, Locke Hoover and Peter Tellep. Downstairs in production, Spencer Mills and Jacob Tellep on cameras. Alongside Anthony Tran, Gianluca Di Giacomo on the call. It's been a fairly exciting game so far, but unfortunately just not wholeheartedly in Cleveland Force's favor. They're looking to change that. Alyssa Gimmel's cross ends up behind the frame of goal and out for another goal kick.
Can't imagine there being a lot more actions to this first half.
Yep. Taylor Smothers agrees. He points to the center spot, and with that, 2 early goals from Steel City bring this match in this second half coming around the corner. But it's a 2-0 game. Cleveland Force has got a lot to talk about in the locker room. But like we said, Anthony, a lot of brilliance up top, especially towards the end of the first half. So the question is for Riley Ireland, do you keep this tactical structure? Do you just say keep doing what you're doing and hope one of these chances falls, or do you make a big change when you head into the tunnel?
It's definitely going to be interesting in the halftime. You do wonder if maybe you could bring in another striker just to, have more crosses in the area. I didn't think that the Force took advantage of, crossing the ball in airily. There was that Bella Antonio header where she did win. It's definitely an avenue that they could look exploring into the second half. But in terms of trying to break down this shape, I feel like they have a lot of good personnel out there that could break down the shape, like Sindelar dribbling past, like Hal Golden. It's definitely just about executing it, though.
Yeah, and we hope we see just the right stance and the right outlook taken to take on this second 45. But like we said, the Force are down 2-0 as they head into the break here on Sports Engine Play. Don't go anywhere for the second half of action just around the corner. And we're back here at Krenzler Field, second half of action, just seconds away. And we are back off for the second 45 minutes of action. Force and Steel City, after 2 goals inside of 13 minutes from the forward Sydney Chontos. Steel City does have the clear advantage on the scoreboard, Anthony, but like we said, some real moments of brilliance coming from Force's attack towards the end of that first half of action, but we might have to wait a second to see it. Hefty touch forward from Chontos, and it does fall back with Kudla. But yeah, like we said, Anthony, it looked really promising towards the back end of that first half. Didn't get a goal off, but really did test that back four.
Yeah, the Steel City are definitely happy sitting on their 2-goal lead, but it's nice to see the Force trying new things, and turnover here.
Sindelar plays one through to CC Favre. Like you said, Anthony, maybe opt for more crosses. They bring in Favre sitting at 6 feet 2 inches tall. So that might be exactly what they're trying to do. Bella Antonio seems like she's moved probably to the number 10 spot. And I believe
Hal Golden here was subbed
Kai
off.
Hal Golden was the one subbed off. She did look like she was in some discomfort after that collision in the box early in the first half. Or it looks like CC Favre might actually be on the wing. So maybe not going to be all trying to play in the air, but we'll have to wait and see as Bryn Severance plays Bella Antonio. Hughes takes a step over, moves right.
And that one, he was just probably trying to get the ball, should get rid of the ball just a lot quicker there. You see how fast Steel City are able to recover, and in no time she's got 3 bodies on her.
Lauren Grekus pass straight to Bella Antonio, slots in a through ball. Here comes Sindelar! Just over the bar.
Sindelar probably should have done a lot better with that chance. It's a great turnover again. Deep in Steel City's half, it's a great ball from Bella Antonio. She's so good at the hold-up play. And Sindelar threw on goal. It's not the easiest of chances, but that one you really need when you're 2 goals down, and that one just blazes over the bar. It's a kind of an unorthodox formation that Force is taking. It looks like it's a kind of a 4-2-4, and Sindelar pushing up into that half space alongside Bella Antonio.
I certainly like the looks of it, taking a more attacking look to a team that's stayed complacent after locking in those 2 goals, and Favre is just whistled for offsides.
Favre just trying to hold on to a run as long as possible, and at some point you got to start the run. Unlucky in the end to be offsides. But you really see different ideas here from the Force in this second half. Steel City, they really have all the opportunity in the world to push back for that 3rd goal. With Force committing so many numbers up front. Force now with the ball, though.
Hughes tries to play it to Sindelar. Does get possession back, though. Sindelar taps one forward. Bella Antonio picked up by Salopek. Great tackle. Good bit of composure. It is out of play. Force do have this throw deep in their attacking third. That ball overplayed to Severance. But a good hustle for it back. Just lofting it into the box. Nobody home.
If it wasn't for Chontos' 2 goals, there's a great argument for Salopek being player of the match. She's been so good in the back. That one, a one-on-one engagement with Bella Antonio, and she's won quite well just to snuff out that chance.
Ball sent up. Lovely touchdown by Sophia Sindelar. And a great turn as well. Beats Greka. Sindelar still on it. Rips a shot, but comfortable save from Kudla. Ball lofted up. Mackenzie Russell met with, a bit of a shove in the back. Not so subtle there from Abby Stager. Crossing into the first 5 minutes. Alyssa Gimmel pushing forward, lofts the ball in. Favre gets the first touch, still with it. Cuts, fires, but off the inside of the foot. Tracks all the way to the far side, and Hughes couldn't bring it down either.
And you really see that benefit of the height. Favre able to get that first touch, able to win the second ball as well.
Bella Antonio.
Great physical battle there.
Yeah, Steel City maintaining that shape. I mean, just kind of a fortress of torture for any team trying to push through into an attacking position, but they're really trying to get something going here. Sindelar. Mahoney. Russell lofts one. Bella Antonio might have gotten a touch to it. Ruby Morgan scoops it up. Wish that one got to Cece Favre on the back post.
You see Bella Antonio and Favre immediately get into position for a cross as soon as Russell got on the ball.
She does have a great touch of the boot when it comes to long balls. I mean, and when she's been playing for a number of years with this Force team as the ball playing center back or as the deep lying central defensive midfielder, I mean, that's what she does for a majority of the game. Sends in those balls over the top. But it's just another instance of that. Dorfman plays it back to the keeper.
Chance here for Steel City.
Coming in with a head of steam, Marissa Salisbury.
Yeah, Force had to be careful here after committing so many numbers forward, and in the end, it passes away.
There was a sub for Steel City at the half as well. Simone Sharpless, number 2, getting her first touches. And in terms of who came off, yet to be confirmed, but I believe it's number 24, Sam Miller. Haven't seen her, but that ball played over the top, and did find Chontos. Might be searching for a hat trick tonight. Lauren Greco plays Salisbury. That one straight off the face. Salisbury eating that one up, though, taking it like a champ. Gives a little thumbs up to Taylor Smothers just for good measure. And that one intercepted. And a little pull of the jersey there from Mahoney, and she might get a yellow card for that one. Yeah, right at the top of the 18-yard box. But she kind of had to pull the trigger. Either you do or you don't, because a couple more steps and it would have been pointed to a penalty kick for Steel City. But instead, they do have a really good look about 25 yards away from goal.
Yeah, Mahoney there just caught napping a little bit on the reception of the ball, allowing the opposition just to step in front, and not the best foul to give away. So close to your box. It's a really promising position.
And Miller, and I believe that's Jaden Sharpless, will be over it. So Miller is not the one to be subbed out. Still waiting to see who the player that checked out was. Shot. Good, easy save. And they roll it out to Mackenzie Russell. Gimmel turns, Bryn Severance. Ball played over, here comes Cece Favre on the left-hand side, chasing this one down. Cuts inside, tried a couple step-overs, and Salopek reads that one very, very well. Werner sends it to Mahoney. Severance turns. That play cut out, Severance. Great perseverance. Hughes lines up a shot with the left, and it is dragged wide and out for a goal kick. And personally, myself, just trying to narrow down. Reagan Riley, I think. Reagan Riley was the one to step off finally after 10 minutes. It's finally clicked in our heads. The right back checks off, and here comes Steel City looking for a third. That one looked menacing from Abby Stager, but kind of lost some balance, lost her composure on the last couple of touches, and doesn't find the frame of goal in the end.
It's really important for Force to be switched on. You know, they've really gone with a full attacking mindset in the second half, but it does leave you very vulnerable in the back, and pretty much any ball that comes into your half is going to be converted to a great chance. That time, just wide in the end.
Down Hughes. Sindelar. The Force desperate to get on the score sheet. The goal will most certainly blow this game wide open if they can pull it off. Gimmel's cross, sent in. Werner, top of the 18, rips a shot. Lifted up and over, another goal kick.
And that's one of the other solutions to facing a deep block. You got to just start letting shots fly from far out, and I do hope from the Force perspective that some of these shots are a little bit more accurate in the end. That one going way over. Another good win here.
Look, Greco. Good passing, Sharpless. Sending it out wide to, what I can only imagine is her sister Simone. Greco pings one to the left. Ball sent down the line. Russell in a foot race with Chontos. And it rolls out for a Cleveland Force goal kick. The Force building between their two center backs here, Russell. Gimmel. That's a loft one up. Favre turns, tries to slip a long ball through. Now Lauren Greco. All stuck in, another win. That one just out of reach of Chloe Hughes. Force just kind of have to calm down on some of these opportunities. Again, you want to push forward and get your opportunities as soon as possible. I understand that, but there is a certain cutoff of when you have to calm down, wait for some reinforcements, kind of second guess some decisions. As Hughes taking on Greca sends in the cross. Sindelar! Shot again.
Sindelar, we've been singing her praises all night. She's been so good, basically all over the pitch, except for when it comes to the shots.
Yeah, the shots have been a little underwhelming, but the way she just seems to find herself in the right place every single time this team is pushed forward.
Get here.
Great interception. Shot lined up by Severance. Straight to the keeper. Ruby Morgan might have some kind of magnet underneath that yellow kit, but again, hasn't had a shot to truly test her just yet. some great pushes forward, some great buildups, but again, the shots just have not been
looking good here. Ooh.
Well, Antonio just out of reach for Hughes. Another solid defensive play for Coco Dorfman. And 2 more subs checking in here for Steel City in the 61st minute.
Looks like it's Miller and Chontos coming off here.
Yeah, the match day hero Chontos and Sam Miller, who's also had a fairly solid shift in the center of the park, coming off and making way for a pair here. Fortunately, most of these girls have their jerseys covering the number on the side of their shorts. So when they turn toward us here in the press box, we'll get you whoever checked in here for Steel City. Big collision. That's Avery Bierker, excuse me. Checking in here in the 61st minute, another one of the young talents for Steel City. Coming in from Miami University of Ohio, North Allegheny, one of the bigger public schools in the greater area of Pittsburgh. So she subs in for some fresh legs up top. Bel Antonio brings it down. It's cleared away. You see, it looks like Steel City's almost settling into a 5 at the back here, which is not what you want to see if you're Riley Ireland. Stager pushing forward. Mahoney with the interception.
Good turn there.
Hughes turns, finds Sindelar. See what she can make of this one.
What
and
a
that
ball.
is a gorgeous ball. Favre brought down. It points to the spot. And this is a golden opportunity for Cleveland Force.
Oh my goodness, what a ball that was.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
And
Might have landed a little bit awkwardly there.
yeah, Favre. Not looking good. They're calling to the bench and not sure. I believe the injury might be to the arm. Don't want to speculate, but both teams being called to the bench, and we can only hope she's okay drawing that penalty. Sophie Sindelar with an absolutely beautiful ball into the center for Favre.
Yeah, that one had so much curve on it, and Favre so brave and intelligent, making that run into the middle and having that trust in her teammate to even think of that pass and pull off that pass. In the end, drawing the penalty here. So we hope she's all right.
Again, we don't want to speculate up here. We're really not sure. Injury might be to the arm or the shoulder, but we don't know. Abby Richter's heading out there. Sub coming in just the 45th minute. It has made such a tremendous impact since she stepped onto the field. Getting a couple chances, speeding down that wing, and looks like she just got the short end of the stick on that landing. Walking under her own power. Looks like it might be the hand or the wrist, but wishing the best for Cece as she heads to the back to get some medical attention here in the 65th minute. But now the Force have a penalty kick. And this is a golden opportunity, Anthony, to bring this team back in striking distance. Again, those 2 goals in the first 13 minutes, Steel City really cemented themselves, but they've been chipping away at that momentum ever since.
And it's definitely a brilliant opportunity here, as I believe it's going to be Bella Antonio with the penalty taker. Now this is as good as an opportunity as you're going to get to half that lead and get yourself back into the game.
You know, I mean, and all of the momentum is built up to this point, and you know, I don't mean to add any additional pressure to the situation, but a missed penalty here is going to kill off about everything that you've worked up to this point for. Ruby Morgan getting what is safe to say her first real test of the night. Bella Antonio has the chance to make it 2-1. Bella Antonio steps, strikes, scores!
Ooh.
Just out of reach for Ruby Morgan. And the Force get one back in the 67th minute.
Yeah, it's not easy. You know, a long breakage like that, long stoppage like that. Whole stadium holding their breath. They know how much
10, Bella Antonio.
this means, and they just know how everyone in the stadium knows how big of an opportunity is, what a goal would mean. Morgan even guesses the right way, and it's just a brilliant penalty just out of the reach. And we have a brand new game upon us now. So much time left in this game as well.
Yeah, now the Force, you know, I mean, if they didn't have that motivation already, now's the time. Now is that tangible tally on the score sheet to get the ball rolling on what will hopefully be a successful comeback here.
I believe Babel came onto the pitch there, replacing Favre.
Lily Babel was, the other kind of main option up top that we wanted to see. And again, we are genuinely hoping for the best for CC Favre. Uncertain to what the injury was or the extent of it, but certainly be in our thoughts. Ball is cleared away. And a little trip up. Kudla hammers one towards the bench.
Yeah, that one just had a little bit of an awkward clearance pass back. Kudla definitely had to come off her line and just smack that ball away.
Greka. Bring it back. Morgan, a bit of a choppy clearance, falls to Alyssa Gimmel. Oh, and a little miscommunication. Gimmel, Severance. Of course, really looking the driver's seat now. Looking to defend. I mean, from last season, now to think about it, if I remember correctly, it was an undefeated spell at home last year.
I believe that you are correct.
I'll definitely have to double check that one, but I believe the season before as well. I'll check back on the schedule, but in the meantime, that ball hammered away into the softball field behind us here at Krenzler Field.
Yeah, Steel City, you definitely see a lot of, just from both teams, unorthodox kind of game plans, as Steel City have that sort of box midfield. It's another wrinkle to their defensive structure. As I try to see here, you know, that midfield creates a sort of boxing in with the midfielders and the striker, and it's so hard to play through.
Well played up, brought down
Great
nicely
touch
by Sindelar. Sindelar wins the 50-50 off of Greka. Cuts back inside. Sindelar's shot just dragged wide. She has been fingertips away from greatness all night.
And that one,
oh,
what a touch just to pluck that one out of the air. And the great physicality just to remain with the ball and setting up the shot with the cut inside. That shot just dragging just a little bit wide. Forced with just about 20 minutes and some stoppage time to get that equalizer. What's the giveaway here? And
Sindelar pushing forward, taps it to the left. Slotted through just out of reach for Belantonio.
Oh, and Belantonio really opened up that space for Sindelar to make that pass, and it's just out of the reach. It's not the easiest pass to make.
Yeah, just to confirm, I was incorrect. Last season, the team was undefeated, but they did drop a game to Kalamazoo at home back on June 8th of 2024. So realistically, still a 2-year-long streak of not losing a game in Cleveland is at stake if this team can't find a leveler. Ball's played out wide. Comes in, it's a step or two behind for Belantonio. 72 minutes in.
And if you're still City, it's just about that. Trying to waste as much time as possible. They are fully content just keeping the ball here and just passing it around.
And the Force, though, with how voracious they've been up top, hopefully they won't let that happen. Be a throw for the Force. Plays through. Sindelar. Got a handful of defenders to beat. Plays Babel on the overlap. Werner. Gimmel. Lofted into the air. Russell tapping it over to the left. When they're trying to keep that pressure applied. Great touchdown from Mackenzie Russell. Sindelar running into the body of Jaden Sharpless there. Emily Greca. Time dwindling, about a quarter of an hour left at Krenzler Field.
A little bit of space here for the Force to work with.
Yeah, this could be a good chance. Sindelar playing Babel on the left. Lots of space. Babel squares it all the way across Hughes. A couple steps behind the back door, but keeping this attacking chance alive. Mahoney. Wide left cross comes in. Headed away by Greca. The other Greca clears it with the boot. This is blowing another sub as Alyssa Gimmel's evening is done.
You do wonder, wait to see the number, but you do wonder if it's maybe an attacking fullback option here for the Force, as they pretty much are just going to throw the kitchen sink to try to get this equalizer.
Yeah, as Abby Stager steps off as well. As Caitlin Killinger checks on for Steel City, it's Kara Petrie coming into this one. from the back, Petrie, coming in from Eastern Michigan University, one of the many very talented players out of Medina, one of 3 on the active roster tonight. And it's a corner for Bella Antonio. Whips one in just out of reach of Russell. Julia Rocky tracks it down all the way on the opposite side of the pitch. Petrie plays Russell. It looks like Mackenzie Russell will be playing as a fullback for the rest of this game. Ooh, ball's played through, and Russell won't get to it. You know, Russell, she's got the height to her, so clearly the Force not really worried about any aerial balls or a whole lot of offensive presence for the rest of this game, but she can play those long balls into the box, so could certainly cause some problems, or just a temporary thing. Looks like she's moving right back to center back. I'll shut my mouth. Either way, plenty of really solid ball-playing defenders in this game that can hopefully get the ball to where it needs to go. Petrie's first shot of the night. She's met with some contact.
The Force is definitely an avenue just for them to get back in this game. Just that high press. They haven't really pressed the center backs all throughout this game, but having that early pressure is definitely an avenue.
Sindelar eats a lob ball straight to the upper back. Here come the Force. Bella Antonio back turn to goal, tries to slip it through to Sindelar. Emily Greca playing it off the back of her sister to keep this in a good position here for Cleveland. Sindelar dribbling around looking for something. Petrie plays the ball in. It's over the head of Antonio. Severance desperately trying to keep it alive. Great cutout in the middle from Lauren Greca. Really impressive for her at 17 years old. She'll be a senior in high school at Du Bois Area Senior next year with a verbal commitment to Mercyhurst. You know, we think it's impressive when it's these players that, you know, are entering college next fall. How about a whole nother season of high school left to be played and getting, from the looks of it, the full 90 minutes in a USLW game?
It really just goes to show the talent here Force have and really the ability of her.
You know, Steel City, the Pittsburgh Riveters, I mean, that is just, it's a great breeding grounds for solid players on the men's and the women's side. This is, I'm sure, what we can consider a very rare case for Steel City. 16 of the 17 players in their lineup are from Pittsburgh, with Coco Dorfman being the only exception, although she did play her first season of college ball with the University of Pittsburgh, which is probably how she ended up sticking around, although she is at Marquette now. In Cleveland Force, all 18 of their players coming from the state of Ohio today. So, I mean, these are 2 clubs that take great pride in keeping it local and developing talent from there. As a good look here for Marissa Salisbury, dribbling through the middle, but finds her way into some trouble. Kula rushes up and grabs the ball. About 11 minutes left here at Krenzler Field. Force looking to avoid their first loss at home since the 2024 season. Ball thrown out to Julia Rocky. Warner keeps it in play, but plays it straight back to the opposition.
Steel City has really been the one surmounting the pressure as of these last 3 minutes. They can really close the door on a comeback.
Ball sent up. El Antonio just not able to get that touch of might as she needed to make that play work. Salisbury Cuts inside. She's got some space. Rips a shot just over the bar.
That was a great curling shot there. She's giving way too much space, way too much time to think, and she cuts inside, gets off a great shot, but it just loops over the bar. Force have to be careful, you know. They have been the one to enjoy all the attacks in this game after the 2 goals, but really just 1 goal and it's game over.
Oh, and Severance going through the woman there, bringing down Caitlin Killinger. About 10 minutes to go. And Steel City have picked the perfect moment to slow things down and pick up some momentum for themselves. They've desperately needed it throughout the course of the second half. Ball headed down into the center. Ball played into a pocket of space. Lauren Mahoney gets it back for the Force. The ball over the top is squandered. We saw kind of a similar scene last season, if you remember correctly, Anthony, in the season opener against Erie SC. They scored very early on with a goal from Hannah Patchen and then an equalizer and then a second goal. And I believe it was in the 3rd minute of stoppage time, Addie Cusick scored to tie things up and to finish things up with a draw for this Force women's team in their home opener. And again, that led to an undefeated season at home. You can only hope the same thing happens tonight.
Yeah, if it's one thing with the Force, you know, they do have a eye for late dramatics for both the men and the women's team.
You almost saw it yesterday as Force were down 4-2, scored a goal in the 90th minute to make it 4-3. We're fairly close to finishing that game with a 4-4 draw, but just couldn't get it done. Petrie sends it back, hammered away. Coco Dorfman will ping a ball of her own to the opposite end of the pitch. Babel tries to pick up some speed. Great stuff from Salopek. Again, still certainly on the board for man of the match for me. Here come the Force. 83 minutes in the books. 7 or so minutes to go. Del Antonio turns straight in to Jaden Sharpless. One of the unsung heroes of the Steel City team today. She's been rock solid in the center of the park. Ooh. Del Antonio sends one, but Babel was looking to crash centrally.
Just not on the right page there.
Great tackle from Hughes. Well played up. Emily Greca clears it away.
And the Force just trying to get a little bit of momentum in this game. Right now it's a lot of just back and forth ping pong action. They're trying to get some possession, really create a chance to try to get that equalizer. Steel City have done a great job just disrupting their momentum that they had really in those 20 minutes following the penalty goal.
It seems like that penalty's almost kind of stagnated them instead of pushing them closer to a draw. Now it's with Simone Sharpless. Cutting inside, playing it into the middle. Werner, heavy first touch, but tracks onto it. Steel City get it right back. Oh, and that ball straight back with Steel City. I mean, their ability to really hustle the Force off of possession almost immediately after winning it back for the better part of the last 20 to 25 minutes. It has been enthralling.
Chance here.
Another push forward. Belantonio playing it to the left. Babel. Low driven ball across the middle. And again, Chloe Hughes and Belantonio just not crashing in time.
That was a great opportunity there for the Force. It's a turnover, and that's really been the story for the Force on how they've made their chances. Is those turnovers in those midfield areas from the high press. And it's the ball switched out wide, and it's so unlucky in the end. Just for that ball not to find the path of either Hughes or Antonio, crashing to the box. The chance of just slipping away here for the Force as the minutes dwindle on. So we've crossed that 85-minute mark, and it's really do or die time here for the Force.
I mean, a goal here could be a Gatsby level ending of dramatics, but we just don't know if this Force team has it in them. Again, certainly don't count them out just yet, but you have seen the level and just that fire that was under them for a long time starting to burn out now. Getting back, Petrie plays it up. With that ball underplayed, Bryn Severance does a great job to get to it, though. Mackenzie Russell finding the space. Puts it forward, and Sindelar not able to corral it. Riley Ireland calling to the bench for what might be the last time tonight. You know, again, it's not the brains, it's not the quality, it's not the tactics. They just need fresh legs right now.
Good win there.
Belantonio in the box. Back heels into Sindelar! Over the bar again.
It was a great win by Sindelar, who just tips it forward to Antonio, and the absolute god just to back heel that in that situation. Sets up Sindelar with a great chance, and again, it's just a little bit of inches. It's all about inches. The game of inches here, and for the Force, it's just not gone their way. That ball just whistles over.
And Belantonio's night is done. In the final 3 minutes, also, you know, keep on the lookout, you know, with that unfortunate injury to Cece Favre. That does mean that the Force do have a fairly good chunk of stoppage time to work with. As Sarah Van Ewen checking in the back. So definitely a couple adjustments up top. Chloe Hughes makes a run, and it's straight back with Ruby Morgan. Van Ewen coming in, another product coming from Northeast Ohio from Avon Lake. One of the many players rostered today at Eastern Michigan University. Now with the throw, Salisbury. Severance wins it back. Sindelar. Hughes. Ball sent up. Yeah, definitely making some adjustments around up top. Babel seems like she's moved centrally. The top of the attack is not able to bring that one in. I believe they've moved Meredith Warner potentially to full-time left winger. Not sure what tricks Riley Ireland has up her sleeve right now. Mahoney tracks it down near the corner flag. Sends in the cross, takes a big bounce, it's cleared away. Hughes, step over, takes a shot from distance and didn't have the power. Reaching the final 10 seconds of regulation. Again, good bit of stoppage time.
Great stuff there.
To be played. Again, yeah, the Force are already moving with a sense of urgency. They might have to move it up a couple notches. Mahoney sends one over the top. Werner gets to it. Cross into the middle. Babel bringing it down with just kind of the outside of her upper arm. Steel City are desperate to just put this game to rest. Take some weight off their shoulders and come out of downtown Cleveland with 3 crucial points. Force looking to continue an undefeated streak at home stemming back to early 2024. The clearance falls to Hughes. Hughes moves right, tries a shot from distance! Oh, you gotta be kidding me!
What a goal!
Breathtaking scenes at Krenzler Field, and in stoppage time!
Oh my Lord, Hughes had no right to get that one off. It would start off with an unconvincing clearance.
For the Force, scored by number 18, Chloe Hughes!
And it's just the nature of, when you play so defensive, you just invite so much pressure that at one point, just an unlucky clearance falls in the path of Hughes. Hughes, again, has so much work to do. Dribbles herself to the corner and just lets one go, and it curls right over the head of Morgan.
That's ridiculous. This is a 17-year-old on the wing. She still has an entire year of high school to be played before she heads to the University of Minnesota. I mean, the ongoing trend, the ongoing tradition of the Force just having a high school player come out from the shadows and run a particular part of the pitch continues. Ball given away, and the last thing you want to do is blow a lead with a level pegging after working so hard to obtain it. Great cut, turn to the top of the box, doesn't get there. Played up, back up to Chloe Hughes. Certainly one of the heroes tonight. Tries to send in a ball. Sindelar's got a turn. Babel on the left-hand side. She's on sides. Babel fires. Goal! Lily Babel scores. And the Cleveland Force pull the heist of the century.
It's unremarkable. It's remarkable. Steel City.
It's a goal for the Force, scored by number 15, Lily Babel.
It's great stuff from the Force back line just to interrupt that chance. And once it goes to Hughes, goes to Sindelar, and Sindelar with a great ball. Steel City switched off, thinking it was offsides, allowing Babel just to run onto the box. She has a free shot on goal, and it's...
Nice. Fire one from midfield. Kudla can just hold on to it. I am not built for moments like this, Anthony. I'm not built for these kinds of moments. Ridiculous.
Steel City trying to...
Yeah, they might have a couple more chances forward, but that might do it.
Everyone in the stadium kind of wondering how much stoppage time was added. Steel City definitely...
They can definitely still have a chance to score. Like we said, we haven't seen the sense of urgency, but they certainly have it. Simone Sharpless down the right-hand side, sends it across. Kudla's there.
That might just be it. What a ball from Greka from the center back position. It's a wonderful ball onto the wing. The Force just trying to push the ball onto the other half and just keep it there for as long as possible.
Oh, great tackle by Bryn Severance. Couple more minutes, and Anthony, we were talking about the surplus of stoppage time we were going to get with that injury around the 66th minute. You know, we were grinning about how much it was going to play to the positives of the Force, but now these minutes are going to feel like hours. Chloe Hughes might just want to take this to the corner flag.
And Hughes just taking her time.
And that's the full-time whistle! And the Cleveland Force in their home opener leave it to the dramatics.
Oh, it's heartbreak for Steel City. They defended so well for the 90 minutes. And in the end, it's just 2 quick goals. It's unbelievable stuff here from the Force.
2 worldies, mind you, both from the wingers. Chloe Hughes in the 88th minute, knocking in that goal, just chipping the keeper from a distance that you don't expect a player to rip a shot when there's a 2-1 deficit in such a desperate time. You don't expect someone to go long distance like that, and she did, and she buried it.
And then it was Sindelar, who just had such a tremendous game.
Yeah, laying it off, and Lily Babel curling one into the top right corner from the left-hand side of the box.
It's the substitutes who got the job done for the Force today. You know, it was Fabre, hope she's all right, winning the penalty that kind of kick-started this comeback. And it's Babel from the bench.
Of course, we have to give the flowers to Cece Fabre, who was the unfortunate sacrificial lamb off of a peach of a ball from Sophia Sindelar, but it doesn't get much more exciting. I mean, we are on the precipice of one of the greatest nights of soccer for this Cleveland Force women's team in 4 years of calling matches for this squad that I have ever been a part of in those final couple of minutes. I mean, we kind of had the writing on the wall, Anthony, you know, the whole, we leave it into those late game dramatics. And boy, you called that right on the money.
Yeah, it's just the spirit of the Force. You just have to embrace it. You know, it's always going to surprise you, but you do have to commend, you know, the mentality of these women. Just to not give up, never quit, even when it looks like it's done. You never know.
You never know. I mean, Lily Babel had us making up words up here, unremarkable, and I had to, you know, drop my headset to do the public address for the goal. I mean, that's the excitement you live for with a team like the Force, because, I mean, after those first 15 minutes and, you know, kind of the lack of response for like the 10 or so minutes after, we really thought it was done and dusted going into the half. You know, we saw those opportunities, but thought it was just going to be a tale of, well, they got their head back in the game, but nothing really came of it. And boy, that goal in the 66th minute from the spot, again, we really thought that was going to be the end of it. You saw the fire start to die out. They started to pick things back up. Chloe Hughes and Lily Babel in the final handful of minutes with 3 crucial points at home, and that will hopefully kickstart what will be a successful season moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, just going for the win, you know, other teams would just sit back and kind of just be okay with equalizing in the 80th minute. But these Force women, you know, it's just the mentality, as you said, undefeated since July of 2024. And it'd be a great season moving forward.
Yeah, and with that, we will close things out here from Krenzler Field on Sports Engine Play as the Force move to 2-1 on the season. They will be back in action here at Krenzler Field against another very tough opponent in the Pittsburgh Riveters with a 7 o'clock kickoff. I unfortunately will not be there, nor will Anthony Tran. A brand new voice here for the Cleveland Force will join you on solo. Sean Gerba will be on the call for that match. I will be in Lorraine calling the Orange Barrel Cup game between the Force men's team and the Leviathan. But you certainly don't want to miss that. I mean, if that match was a sign of what's to come for this Force women's team, you do not want to miss the premier women's squad in Northeast Ohio in any of their matches moving forward. So you only have to wait a couple days to catch the action. And you can right in our backyard in downtown Cleveland. Steel City moves to 1-2. They will be on the road on Thursday, June 4th, against Erie SC with a 6 o'clock kickoff, looking to redeem themselves. But with that, we will wrap things up on Sports Engine Play from all of our friends at LPV Productions, bringing you the sights and sounds of tonight's contest. Locke Hoover and Peter Telep in the production truck, as well as Jacob Telep and Spencer Mills, our cameramen for today. For my partner in crime, Anthony Tran. Anthony, I hope I'll catch you on another game behind the mics one more time before the end of the summer. But from us, my name's Gianluca Di Giacomo, signing off. Have a great night, and hopefully we'll have you tuning in on Wednesday. Go Force!